I would actually like to start with thanking you for registering for this webinar. Also giving us lots of questions for to dwell into and think of, how do we prepare the session so that it addresses at least some of the questions. I know, all of us are thinking at the moment in our mind that future, what is it about, future of work? Future seems to be very, very unpredictable.
Huh?
At the same time, I do
Yeah,
believe
yeah, yeah.
that
What a bad headache
what we
also.
do now, you know, each step that we take, actually we, create something today for the future tomorrow. So let's just see how this has been unfolding for us, right? So for me, I think COVID actually hit me on 16th March, although COVID cases have started coming in from January, you know. It is the 16th March where the first case of possible COVID situation was reported in Airtel Mumbai. And that is where I think as an organization, we went into a jiffy. Before that, COVID was only stories and it became just real. And we worked as an organization, and from 18th March we took a decision of going working from home. So last 4 year experience 4 months, sorry, 4 months experience has been very, very different. At a personal level, if I have to capture it, one big experience was that your expenditures come down significantly, right? Because you are not shopping anymore, you are not eating out anymore, you are not going for long travels, you are not going traveling a lot. So that's the piece which gives you relief. The second piece was somewhere in the crisis, managing the whole work and shifting in the ways of working for people where you are making it, work from home, along with the daily stuff that you have been doing at work. It has actually allowed me to get in touch with my superpower. And my superpower that I was not aware of, that, when you are doing work, when you're doing home, when you're managing a kid, you are capable of managing it all. And I realized that I can just stretch and manage it all and still have the energy to deal with things that I love. And I don't think any other scenario I have really been in touch with that superpower of mine, which was the max stretch and all managed calmly. The third piece which became very real for me was in this time of stress, the things that are important to you. So for me, my family is very important, and I got to spend some real quality time with my family. And some of the passions I had forgotten that I was passionate about. I love cooking, but I had not tried it for very, very long. Now this time there was no option but to cook, and I realized that, oh wow, I'm really great at it. So personal level, there were a lot of changes that was, and COVID brought lots of learning. If I have to look at from the organizational perspective, I think the thing that stands out, we at Airtel never thought or never could imagine that we would have everybody working from home, right? We are a field operations people, and everybody is very, very bound to come to office. We didn't had policies around working from home or digital enablement to work from home. But within a couple of weeks, we had enabled everybody to be working from home, even our call center execs, right? And that was a massive change. I think that digital enablement, if it was not a COVID kind of exigency, would have taken years, but it took just 2 weeks to transform the organization to operate from home. The second piece that stands out for me as an organization is, I think healthcare and safety became the prime and most important things in everybody's mind. Almost every leader, almost every function was working on BCP and trying to ensure that everybody who's working is safe. And the safety went much beyond the employees. It went to our partner employees and the families of the employees. We had almost a parallel running healthcare system that came in. That is about the physical safety. The other part of it we realized, which was a very, very new kind of animal for me, which was general anxiety, which was very, very high in employees, right? And we actually experienced highest number of connect sessions that we as leaders did, highest consumption of e-learning programs, highest consumption of any kind of healthcare related or healthy living related contests, webinars, and other things. It gave an opportunity to keep on maintaining the connector and empathy with the employees. The third piece, which came into play, was purpose. I'm sure you understand, like the way we have been talking about COVID warriors, we actually are essential services as telecom, and Balaji will agree with me. And because it is a telecom and essential service, we needed to be in the field. We needed to make the things available to all our customers. And that is where we took a call and we built the whole services for the service of the nation, for the service of the citizens, for the service of the customer. And I think that resonated very strongly with our employees when they were really going out in the field. They were going to solve customer problems. They were going out to provide recharges, provide SIMs, provide livelihood to so many retailers, those are associated with it. So that is from the organization perspective. And the last one from organization perspective is actually building the customer to the core. I think we were pushed because when one of the things that happens with the organizations when we have been into business for very long, that there is a kind of a relationship that is already formed with customers, and there are ways of working and you have been dealing with it. You don't need to really think of it very differently. But this situation really pushed us to think very, very differently about fulfilling the requirement of customers. And we were so innovative, and that too very, very quick innovations, right? We actually, I don't know how many of you have looked at, we actually allowed the friends to do recharge for you for the people who do not have access to 4G phones. And you can also earn for the recharge, every recharge that you are doing. Every grocery store was given SIMs so that it can be made available. We actually tied up with ATMs so that people get the services. And for all the fault repair, we had video counseling where the people can do the fault repairs on their own. Again, a transformation that could have taken months to come. I think we were able to sort it out in the week. And in terms of a leadership, I think my experience is that I don't think ever before we needed a purpose to be so strong as we do now, because that is the only piece that can keep the whole team bonded and move forward. And in our case, I have seen that coming to play again and again and again. And every employee that I have spoken to and who has been in the field, and he said, "Karna to padega hi na," because we are in the service of the nation. To get that point, it has been really humbling experience that people are taking a risk because they think that they are in the service of a nation. And the second part has been the empathy and the connect. Because everybody is going through this situation together, and you realize that people are not going to work because of money, people are not going to work because of the jobs they have, people. So what is it that brings or makes it a family? And we saw a lot of leaders actually who managed to keep the teams together, who managed to empathize, extend all the help and support that the teams and the families required. We have the teams coming back, that's that's giving us the results. And I think COVID is going to be there for some time now. It's not disappearing, and we have to see how do we build our, based on our own learning and experiences, that we learn to live with COVID and then deliver the promise.